Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying, like I have in total like 6 years of IT experience.
Okay.
Out of 6 years, I spent nearly 4.5 years into with software testing, and 1.5 years in production support of SAP ERP. So for now, I'm kind of feeling stuck in the career. So I'm evaluating options, like maybe to move into test automation or maybe into DevOps or data engineering. So I connected with you for the DevOps. So like, is it possible to make a switch into DevOps now with the 6 years of experience?
Okay. So, right now, which role you are performing for? You are into support, right?
I am into functional testing.
Testing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you've been in for development and support. Now you are in testing. Am I right?
No, no, I have been into testing and support, not development.
Okay. Testing and support. Okay. Good. Fine. No issue. So now, you want to um, transition into which role you want to transition? Like you want to become an data engineer, or maybe for the DevOps engineer, or for the cloud engineer. Which one you want to be? You did you have any idea in your thoughts, like I want to become an this
I
roles?
haven't taken the decision yet, so I'm like taking different opinions. So for you, like you are into DevOps, right? So
Right,
you're
right.
a DevOps architect.
Okay,
So for you,
okay,
I connected to take opinion on the DevOps part. So is it possible to make a switch, or how would be the career options?
okay. Got it, got it. So no worries, no
Mhm.
worries. So I think for the with respect to DevOps, for any roles, I think it is not a mandatory you have to do all those things to become a data engineer, or maybe for the DevOps engineer, or maybe for the cloud engineer. The only thing is that you have that uh, uh, option to learn and adapt. That is only, and for that your interest. Okay, most probably. So these are the things has to be there to in order to transition into different careers. Like for even for the same person which having the experience also, right? So maybe they'll be working for a few years in development, then they'll move on to some other roles. Then they will go for in a further they will go for another role, something like that, right? That is
Okay.
on the way job. So I think so for in your case. So you can able to easily adapt into this from current role into DevOps engineer as a full-time employee, full-time job. So in order to perform this role, right? So might be I have maybe I need to give some suggestion. Maybe you can
Mhm.
identify. So those are the things which you have already came across, or maybe for you have the knowledge on that. Okay. So you already told that you will be you have already worked on for testing as well as for the support role. So pretty much good. So those are the things most probably get involved. And I want to maybe on top of that, maybe I am not sure. Do you have any programming knowledge in your career, or any kind of scripting knowledge you have,
In the
or
beginning,
maybe
I did it in college and in the beginning of my career.
okay, okay. Let me
Not
let me
now, but I can learn.
Okay, no problem. So what I will do now, so let me give the plan and for the
Mhm.
path. Okay. So that please note it
Okay.
down, and maybe
Yes,
you
yes, yes.
can
Not
you can go ahead and maybe you can practice it for another 3 to 6 months. So once you have
Mhm.
done, maybe you can feel somehow comfortable. Once you are comfortable, you can build on some projects. Okay, on the
Mhm.
way during of your learnings. So build some project from small, medium, and large. Okay, something like that. And once you have done, once theory as well as for the project, once you have done those combination, you will be becoming more comfortable in order to get an opportunity. Okay. So this is how you need to get into that. So anyhow, that it will take some times. That will be okay, fine, no problem. So still you can able
Mhm.
to do that. Okay. So when we start
Okay.
with that role, right? So basically, DevOps engineer they will do you. It is not a kind of like okay. It's not like it's a kind of technology. You need to go and learn. So you can able to perform this act means that role. For example, so if I have a Python developer. So if I know end to end for how to develop an Python means, a project, so I can say very well say that okay, so I have that knowledge, I have that experience to develop a Python program, means Python project. So you can say that. So when we come into that DevOps, right, it is not like a technology, it is a mindset, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so it is a
Okay.
culture.
Mhm.
Okay, it is a
Mhm.
culture. So you need to adapt into that. Okay, so how you can adapt? So in order to adapt that, so you need to learn some of the tools and technologies. Okay, so in order to
Mhm.
adapt into the DevOps culture. Okay, for example, DevOps engineer is a generic. Okay, so the particular person maybe, for example, one person working as a DevOps engineer, right? So he may be working for not only for a specific role. Maybe some people will be working on automation with respect to by using scripting or maybe for some programming language. Some DevOps engineer, they will build complete CI/CD pipeline for any project.
Mhm.
Okay, some DevOps engineer is specifically focusing for deployment. Okay, some DevOps engineer specifically focusing for observability and for the monitoring. Okay, so these are the different roles would be performed by different kind of uh, engineers, right? For the DevOps culture. So I think for the DevOps engineer, most probably they will be thinking like, okay, so they has to perform only this role. It's not like that. So I think now you can understand what is DevOps role and what they'll perform. Okay, so this is the basic idea about DevOps engineer means DevOps role. So now we will get into this. What are the technology? Maybe I can tell you out. Okay, some of the technology which you are going to maybe brush up, or maybe for you need to learn it for this year. Okay, so basically now uh, when we talk about this DevOps role, so I would suggest for some of the uh, programming language, basic programming language. Right now, maybe if you don't have the programming language background, so what I would suggest, try to learn Python. Okay, some shell scripting and bash scripting. Anyone means it is mostly same only, but one is for Python and another one is for bash scripting. Okay, so these two technology maybe you can don't spend for much time. Okay, so go ahead and learn for 2 to 3 months daily. Anyhow, you spend for 1 hour every day, and maybe you can get some idea or maybe some comfort level for after 3 months to 6 months in between during this period. Okay, so
Okay.
this is one point, and another point is that okay. So once you have done this, basically I would because now the application, most of the application always running in uh, a Linux infrastructure. Okay, basically, Windows infrastructure is very less. So now maybe you can go ahead and learn for that uh, Linux operating system. Okay.
Okay.
So what is user management? What is file management? What is uh, uh, directory? Okay. So what are the user management? Those kind of things. So with respect to that Linux operating system. Okay. So once you have learned that kind of some networking concept as well. Okay. So little bit to understand about these technologies. One is for Linux and other for networking. Okay. So now Python, Bash scripting, Linux, and for Bash or shell scripting. Okay. So once you have done this, so now you have comfortable somehow like okay, so how the application gets built and so what are the things needs to be basically to understand for the DevOps engineer. Okay, so once you have done this, then I would suggest you to go and learn for any one of the cloud platform. Okay, now most of the application will gets deployed into cloud infrastructure. Okay, might be if you are not aware for any of the cloud infrastructure, maybe now there are now AWS is the number one for the cloud infrastructure provisioning. Maybe you can go ahead and learn for the cloud, AWS cloud. Start with that. Maybe for the basic level. Do you have any understanding, or do you have any experience, or maybe did you study earlier for the AWS, or maybe? Any cloud
No, no.
platform? Okay. So I would suggest to start with AWS. Okay. So in AWS, once you have started, you don't know which, maybe you can ask me which path I need to follow. Okay. So you may not be aware, like I understood. So for that reason only, we have the certification. There are 12 certification in that. I think we have a practitioner, associate, professional, and specialty. Okay. There are 12 certifications.
Yes.
You start with practitioner first. Okay, maybe you don't have any experience. That's why I suggest start with practitioner. If you have some experience, 1 or 2 year experience, maybe you can skip with the practitioner. You can go for the associate. So what I would suggest is start with practitioner. Once you have done, you will get some idea. You will get some understanding about how cloud infrastructure is working. Okay, so once you get that infrastructure, once you get that idea, maybe you can go ahead and don't stop it. Go ahead and for the next certification, associate. Okay, so might be once you are comfortable with the associate, there are 3 certification under associate. So you once you complete practitioner and associate, you will get very good knowledge. Okay, in that cloud infrastructure as well. Okay, you will understand most of the services, and also you can able to uh, recognize what are the services for which purpose and why it is used for. So this level will come. So once you have completed for AWS means cloud platform, so then I would recommend to learn for Docker. Okay, spend some time for Docker. Then parallelly, once you have done that, parallelly you can also learn with Kubernetes. Okay, and these are the things like uh, programming, you take Python, and scripting, you take Bash scripting, and operating system, you take Linux. Then, and for the cloud, you take for AWS, then Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, so these are the majority of the companies right now. They'll be using these tools in order to uh, build and manage, deploy and manage. Okay, so mainly this one, and to automate this, right? Some of the tools, maybe let me tell you, the pipeline tool you can use, but there are a lot of CI/CD pipeline. Maybe you can use any one of the things, Jenkins, GitLab, or GitHub Actions. Right now, very famous for Azure DevOps. Okay, tool. You take initially for any one of the tools, Jenkins or GitHub Action or GitLab. Or if you want to start with Azure DevOps, it is a open source. You just you can log in and when you can sign up, then you can start working on that. So once you're comfortable with all those things, you start, okay, build a CI/CD pipeline. So because why I'm saying this, so once you have done all those parts, right, whatever we discussed, you can able to build some application, or the application which is already there in the GitHub repository, you can download and try to build a CI/CD pipeline. Okay. So this is how I'm just highlighting. So once you have done all those things, you can try to learn any one of the CI/CD tool in order to deploy your applications. So along with that, you learn infrastructure uh, as a code. Okay, which means Terraform right now. Terraform is a cloud neutral, which means cloud agnostic. It is not a dependent with cloud, so you can use the cloud infra means Terraform tool, which is automate any infrastructure for any cloud. Okay, it will be uh, means suitable for any cloud as well as for the on-premise. Okay, so these are the tools basically, mostly and widely used tool, even for current market trends also. Most of the companies are using it. So try to learn these things. Okay. So for this, maybe you can put a roadmap for this to learn these tools first. Okay. So I told you, I didn't inform for many tools. The tools which technology which currently widely used. Okay, tools and technology only I told. I hope you have noted down, right? So maybe you plan it, means you maybe you can go through one by one, maybe for spend some time on everyday basis, understand the things, um, learn one by one, so that after 6 months, maybe during this 6 month period, you may be able to recognize, maybe understand about your growth as well as for the understanding about these tools. Maybe you can able to most probably you can able to deploy your applications parallelly. any one of the cloud platform. Okay. So these are the things, tools and technologies which I would recommend to learn the things first. So once you have done that, so you may ask, so maybe I can tell you for the how to study, how to learn the things, what are the sources I need to follow in order to learn this, right? So right now, in a there are multiple ways are there. Maybe there are multiple sources are there. Maybe you might aware. Still, maybe I can tell you. Okay. Basically, if you want to learn this course from that any one of the platform, like we have Coursera, Udemy. Okay. So these are the tools. Means a platform is there. You can go ahead and purchase. Maybe you can learn it. Suppose in case you are unable to adopt, maybe you can unable to afford these things, right? So maybe you can able to pay and not able to pay, may then you can have with respect to each technologies tools and technologies, we have the official documentation. Okay, go ahead and learn from that official documentation. And also there are wide variety of YouTube's videos are there for each technologies which we discussed. From that also you can able to learn it. Okay. So these are the some of the things which I would follow for the learning purpose. So I think might be you might aware. So what are the technology you have to use from there when you are learning? What are the things needs to be follow like so learning plus practice. So once you have done that, so the tools and technologies, then maybe you can do some practice everyday basis, small programs or maybe small applications. So to get maybe you can for your familiar with the services for your understanding. So once you have done that, so maybe it will take for 3 to 6 months. During that time, anyhow, it is you will not master it. You will not master all those technologies within that time frame. Maybe it will take time, but on the way you can learn accordingly. You can build it. Okay. So this is how you need to be planned for in order to become a DevOps means in order to become a DevOps engineer for maybe for the current market trends. Okay. So I think uh, maybe I would have given enough maybe data. So if you need more information, maybe you can ask any questions. Maybe we can discuss. Yeah.
Yes. Like, what would you say in terms of long-term career in DevOps? Is it good?
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
As I told you, DevOps is a culture. Okay.
Yes.
It is not like okay technology related things. For example,
Yes.
today
Came with the
to,
color.
yeah, today Java is there. Okay, tomorrow maybe we don't know which language will come. It is not like that for DevOps, right? DevOps, as I told you, it is a culture. So today maybe we are working. The name should be for the DevOps, right? Maybe maybe next we have DevSecOps also there. Okay. Now maybe the next maybe AI and ML will come, right? So ML ops is there, AI ops is there. Something like the name only will get changed, but the basic, right, for the fundamental things will not change. Okay, so how you build means how you take the applications to integrate CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so how you make your system highly available, highly scalable. So how you how you make your system more resilient. Okay, okay. So how you make your production system should be in a proper monitoring way. Okay, how you make a alert if anything goes wrong. So these are the things kind of basic fundamental things will be always there. So maybe only the name will change, maybe whatever the things for the future, but the underlining fundamentals things, right? It will be same. So I think you don't worry. So it will be there for longer time.
Understood.
Okay.
And,
So
what is the market period generally of this DevOps technology?
sorry, Manoj.
The market pay rate, like the normal pay rate that is there for DevOps.
Market. Sorry.
The market pay rate, the salary, like what is the general salary?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. You are talking about salary, correct? Okay.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I think the salary part would be depends, right? So we
Mm,
can't say it is depends as well as for that experience based along with that company standard. Okay.
okay.
So basically, I think any technology if you take, if you have the knowledge, if you have the experience, if you have the good capability to build applications, I think salary is not a constraint, I would say. Okay. Basically, you start with any DevOps engineer start with for the pressure also start with 6-7 lakhs starting. Okay,
Okay.
right now. So it will grow maybe based on your skills as well as for the experience and as well as for the company standard norms.
Okay, understood.
I hope you are clear, right? So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I would suggest, okay, you have taken a means you would have taken a good decision. So what I would suggest, maybe if you, in order to build your application, okay, means in order to build your career in a DevOps, in a cloud engineers, maybe you start with that. Maybe you can over the period, maybe you will get a very good understanding about this, how this will work. Maybe you can also having the experience. Maybe you will get an experience on the way while learning the things, right? So maybe you can apply for that uh, when you are doing the hands-on as well as for that learning curve. You can apply for the jobs.
Mhm.
That's what. Only thing is that you don't bother anything. First of all, as I told you, you need to have an interest. Okay, you have an
Yes.
interest, and you should have that means capable to. Okay, so I can able to do that. This kind of things, if you have in your mind, you can achieve anything. That is the only thing I can say.
Okay.
Okay, very simple. It is not like you have to do many things and you have to do a lot of things in order to perform this. It's not like that. Any work, anything if you want to do, if you have very good experience, if you have very good interest on that, any language, anything you can learn as much as possible, means as much as possible. Okay, this is the only simple
Mm,
thing. Be confident. Okay, be active and keep learning. This is the only thing I
mm.
can say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Thanks. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah.
Okay, I am always open and I am always available with the LinkedIn. And if you want to you want to connect with me, I am ready to help you. Okay, for anything, you
Mm,
just always ping me in a LinkedIn, or if, you can follow me. I am uploading the with respect to cloud, DevOps, programming, AI, ML, all those related to technology in my YouTube. I think might be if you are aware, maybe you can uh, go ahead and subscribe so that whenever I upload any video, maybe it will reach out to you.
mhm, mhm. Okay, sure. I have sent an LinkedIn connection request to you as well.
Okay, okay, okay. If anything, maybe you can ask me.
Yes.
Maybe for the with respect to certification, most of the videos I am just already prepared. You can see my YouTube. I just step by step procedure. What are the syllabus we need to follow? What are the notes? What are the courses we need to follow? What needs to be studied? Everything I am just updating. You just refer if you interested. Okay, if you are interested, maybe you can go ahead and
Yes.
subscribe and you can learn from that also.
Sure. I will check. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Manoj.
Okay. Sure. Uh, okay. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for your advice. It was really really good, and thank you.
Thank you very much. All the very best. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay. Sure. Thank you, and good night.
Okay.